But pretty much it says to adjust the 2.4 cylinder turbo alternator belt, loosen the pivot bolt and adjust the lug bolt and turn the adjusting bolt. So we gotta look for that one right there, and then loosen it just a teeny whiny little bit, and then adjust it, and the belt should come right off. So we're gonna put that there. I'm gonna set you guys down here and look for it. Help me, guys. Let me know when you guys see it. Here. That should be the adjusting bolt, and then on the side should be the what was it called? The lug bolt. Let's see. It's actually a lot more easier to see through here, honestly. Where is it at? Focus. Stop focusing on the wire. There it is. It's that one right here. There's a locking, and then the adjuster bolt is right below it. You guys can probably see it from this angle right there. That's the adjusting one. Alright guys, so I have made small progress with the bolt. The locking bolt is right there, and it's a struggle getting it out, especially considering how long the bolt is. So I've decided to move on from that and do the power steering just so I get some more space. I will be removing just these two bracket bolts, and then on the other side there should be two more somewhere in there, and that should just be able to come right off, and I'll be able to move it to this side, and we'll be good to go. So with that being said, the only thing that probably will be in the way is this line right here, and we gotta see where that leads so I can be able to remove it. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll get to you guys back when I find it. And so instead of trying to figure out where it leads to the back, because I have nowhere to even find it, I'm just gonna remove it from here, since there is one bolt right there immediately. So I'm gonna just remove it. Should be a 10mm, and we'll be good to go. I almost fell. Look how beautiful it is outside. Like, gosh, God gave me a beautiful day to work on. Beautiful Saturday morning. Well, technically it's already 11, but beautiful Saturday morning. So with that being said, let's start removing it. I'll put you guys over here just so you guys get a better view. So previously, a little recap just so I know what we did last time. We took off the AC line, did that. So now we can actually move it out of the way, this way, like so. But let's tape it off just because I don't want no dirt or anything going in there. So let me go grab a piece of tape. And the gloves I will be wearing now are going to be the Venom steel. I was using the mechanics ones, but I ran out, so I got these. I saw on YouTube and they're really good apparently, so I'm gonna try them out. And I'll let you guys know at the end of whenever we finish rebuilding the engine. I should be able to tell you guys enough information about the gloves. I bought them at my AutoZone, and they only came in a box of 50 gloves, so we're gonna try them out. And I just said I was gonna use the other ones, the mechanic stick gloves, but I can't really feel my hands since the engine bay is a really tight and conformed space. So we're just gonna use the normal nitro gloves and have to fight against the coldness. Well, it's not even that it's cold, it's just windy. These definitely feel very heavy industrial. The interior is literally like a white nitro. It's not all black like the normal gloves. Look at that, super thick. All right. I also got them in a XL. So, oh, actually, these are one size fits most. So, and they get to me right here. They get to my wrist. The other ones I had were past the wrist. I kind of like those a little bit better, just in case I get splashed. It doesn't go inside. It usually stops right here. The gloves I used to wear, right here on the sleeve cuff. But let's continue. So, oh, these actually do feel a little bit more warm. So maybe it's because they're black and latex. So the heat, I mean, they're nitro, and the heat just absorbing into the gloves. So that's pretty good actually. And they feel super thick. These definitely don't feel like the ones I used to wear, but they kind of feel a little thin, and these actually feel really thick and almost hard to even close my hand. I feel resistance when I try to close my hand, or open it, I mean. So let's go at it now. Usually the gloves I would rip. The mechanics ones are really good. And also I like them because they were this color. They were tan, and I could see the liquids, how they were and everything. Unlike these, they're black. But they would always rip after a couple of minutes, maybe like 15 minutes. If I stuck my hand somewhere and came out, the finger holes would start ripping from here, or on my knuckles from getting caught. And so they were pretty thin. I forget what the thickness was, but these definitely feel a lot more thicker. So hopefully now whenever I reach in, it won't cut anything. It won't get caught on anything. And no, it doesn't. It's not getting caught. Oh, right here. No, look. With my old gloves, they would have already teared right there. And it wasn't massive tears. It was just little snags that it would get caught in the rip. But these feel super resistant. Look at that. You can't even see the white yet, and I'm already pulling that hard. Look at that. All right, let's continue. I'm getting too distracted with the gloves. So that's a 12. Get a 12 wrench. And we're gonna take this off right here. There you go. Little connector. Gonna take that off. So this was the top of the power steering pump right here. That little nipple right there. I'm gonna just cap it off. Just so dirt or anything doesn't go in. There you go. I wonder if since the glove won't cut, will my skin cut? Since it's under, I guess we'll find out where the glove was. The bolts are actually really good. Gotta remember that this one goes up top, up top, up top, up top. This one goes up top right here. This one goes up top. Up top. So now I gotta remove two other bolts from this side of the power steering, and we should be good to go. Oh, found one right here. The other one is right here, right there, and then there should be another one somewhere in the back, I believe. But there's one right there. So we're gonna remove that one, and we should be able to see the other one afterwards. go. So pretty much what I just did right there is I use the bolt that's on the pulley to twist it just a little bit so I can get access to that bolt, the bracket bolt that's right here that I showed you guys. There you go, and it was a size 19. Size 19. Now I have amazing access on this side. Here, let me see if I can put you guys on this side. No, So pretty much I'm using the radar bar and holding it up because I'm at the angle still, and it should looks like it should do the trick. There you go. It's a tight feel of the socket. Almost hits the pulley. You usually can't see it. There you go. See it over here. And you should be able to see them. So I'm forcing it down pretty much soon. There you go. Should be able to twist the breaker bar with this. There you go. And just like that, there it is. And this one goes to the top one. Top bolt. Top bolt. Speaking of which, I probably should have marked it. So let me mark it real quick before it moves anywhere. The marks have been made right there. There you go. And now on to the last bracket bolt that should be somewhere around here. So let's go. Much take off the belt now, the power steering belt, just by moving it forward, and it loosens it enough where we can remove it. There you go. And just like that, just pushing it forward, and then you can just push it back forward and it'll retighten it, obviously. But since we're removing the whole engine, we're really not going to do that. And we'll just feed the belt wherever it needs to go. So the belt is from here, obviously the power steering. And then it's looking like it's... Oh. So let's push it back forward, loosen it, and we'll be good to go. Let me put you guys over here. There you go, perfect. Yeah, from that belt that I showed you guys right here that you guys can kind of see at the very edge right there, that's where it was. So should be able to just grab it from the bottom now. Huh, there was no other bracket. Oh my god, there is no other bracket. This thing had no bolt. There was no bolt attached to the power steering, or no other fourth bolt. So yeah, guys, I'm looking for the fourth bolt, and I've noticed that it's moving quite a lot, honestly. And it just comes right off. The fourth bolt should be in the very bottom. I don't even know how I was supposed to get to that one. Well, actually, wait a minute. Does it only have 3 bolts? No, there should be 4. Yeah, one at the very bottom over here. Where's that? Where's that? Right here. That should no. Yeah, that shouldn't be it either. There's a random bolt missing there as well. I'm looking in the manual, and there should be a bolt somewhere. Yeah, there should be a bolt right in the bottom. Right here. And there's no bolt on the bottom. It's very weird. Very weird. Where did it drop? That's probably why I kept hearing that noise and nobody ever brought it up. It would always squeak when I would turn it on. And I guess it was because the power steering was shaking. Alright, well, let's just put it back here and I'm gonna go grab some zip ties. I'll be back. I'm gonna zip tie it up and we'll go from there. But let me show you guys what I'm talking about. There should be a bolt right there, and there's no bolt. There is no bolt there. The power steering just popped right off. So yeah, with that being said, let's go get some zip ties. And just like that, look how much space there is. Now that I moved the power steering pump, I can finally get to the tensioner and everything belt. Or yeah, the belt, the alternator, and just the amount of space I can work with now. I zip tied it to the frame of the vehicle. I put 3 zip ties, ran it through the pulley, and boom. And I put all the old bolts back into it, except for the one that goes on the right side. I couldn't get to it because the pulley itself, I forgot to measure the hole and everything. So I just put it in the box and labeled it. So yeah, that's what I'm pretty much gonna do for the alternator. I'm gonna just rethread all the bolts I need so I can just keep them in one place. And man, this is a new alternator. Now it's probably like 3 years, but I only used it for almost like a year and it went out on me, so that sucks. But let's remove it, put it in the car, and if anything, we'll just get lifetime warranty off of AutoZone and get a new one. These only have 2, and it's these right here. So this one I should be able to just remove with my hand. I say that, but since I'm trying to place you guys where I would usually put my hands, I can't seem to take it off. Oh, there it is. Perfect placement. And just twist it with my hand and it'll just come right off. There you go. And the whole bracket itself came loose. Huh. So this tiny bracket holds the tensioner to loosen the belt and everything. Interesting mechanism right here. I don't even know how it fully came off if the thing wasn't even. But oh well. Where does this even sit at? Yeah, what the? Okay, so let's see. Let's do the quick science right here. So that'd be like this. Okay, there you go. Because it kind of just came off and I wasn't paying attention. But let me grab you guys. Alright, so this whole bracket comes right off and fits in there. It sits in there like so. There you go, like that, just like that. It sits in there just like that. Like that, there you go. Let me mark that, just to be on the safe side. And I'm marking all of these things. And then one thing that I'm realizing is I'm eventually have to clean them. So I'm probably going to mark them again with something else. So yeah, that's the thing. I'm gonna clean all the gunk and dirt. So like all that, I'm cleaning that. So I'll probably just use a shop towel and then just clean it with a degreaser. But with that being said, let's remove the bracket. And it should just fall in place whenever I set it again. Like that, just like that. Something like that. Should just pop right off like that. There you go. There you go. I like this gray marker. Actually, you can actually see stuff. So let's remove this. Put the bolt that came with it just to make sure it doesn't come out. There you go. And theoretically, I should be able to move the pulley now. Theoretically. So after searching, I finally found the mounting bolt right there. It's that one right there that I'm zooming in on. Oh. Right there. That's the one that I need to unbolt, so the whole alternator should come off after that. Right there, this one right here. So yeah, don't know why that whole other bracket came off like that. We'll worry about that whenever we take out the whole engine. And then I'm probably gonna take off the whole exhaust right here. This right here. Oh man, those are gonna be some rusty bolts. But we'll figure it. Alright, so I loosened the bolt under it and the nut came off. So we gotta remember that. And now I should be able just to remove it, and the belt just wants to come right off. Come on. Oh, my hand. There you go. And that's that one right there. Oh, let me fix you guys. Where is that at? There's one right here. There you go. So we should be able to just pop it right off. There you go. I think I also changed the serpentine belt on that. Or not a serpentine belt, but just the belt in general on that. And yeah, I believe I did change it. I don't remember honestly. But so I took it off the alternator and I can no longer put it back on. And it goes from that to this pulley right here, and then to the bottom one, the bottom pulley. And this should just come right off. Oh, so there it is. And it goes from this one. So it's 3 pulleys in and 1. 3 pulleys in the alternator. There you go. So it came off the alternator. This big pulley right here, I believe is this one right here. Not to be confused with the one behind it. That's for the power steering. And then the big one down here. This one. Which I believe is the crankshaft pulley. And then we have the other pulley behind it. There's 2 pulleys for this bottom one and top one. Maybe, yeah.
And then there you go. I don't want to say the names of the pulleys. I'm just going to call them pulleys because I'm probably going to get joked on. I think the top one is the tensioner pulley. I could be wrong. This should be the crankshaft pulley though. And it has another pulley behind it. And then the AC compressor is right there behind it. So this is the compressor serpentine, or Jesus, serpentine. The compressor belt. The other one was the power steering belt, and then the alternator belt.
Just like that. And I will be keeping this and marking them down, making sure I write down what they were for. Part numbers right here. So let's continue. So when I took off that nut, I took off this bolt right here from this side, and it's literally, this is how it sits on the bottom. It's a square bolt, and I just pulled it out as soon as I took off the nut. There you go. And it has a washer as well that goes in front of the nut. But I just put it, obviously it's gonna be all the way in the front because of the bolt, but that's usually how it sits, like that. And now the alternator should be able to just come right off. I just gotta make sure to disconnect the connections, for example, down there. Let's see. Let me see if you guys can see it. This connector, man, it is really getting in the way. Focus over here. There you go. So let me clean it off a little bit. But got this connector right here. Almost yanked it without even realizing it. There you go. There's one. And then I gotta take this off. There's a bolt right there covering it. So we're gonna move that out of the way. Let's look at these connections. Oh, a little dirty and a little burnt. But hopefully that'll be good. Gonna disconnect that right there. So let's get, that looks like a 10 perhaps. Nope, it wasn't a 10. An 11? Or is it a 12? Let's try the 12 since everything's been 12 so far. Well, it looks to me that it is a 12 in fact. Nice. There you go. There you go. Disconnected that from that. I'm actually surprised this little rubber sleeve is this well in good condition, honestly. I'm surprised. And there you go with the electrical harness. Moving out the other way. Making sure there's nothing anymore connected. And we should be able to just pop it right off. And we'll be putting this bolt back in, this nut back in here, just so we remember where it attaches to. There you go, that should be good. And it attaches to this right here that has a little hoodie with a boogie. Oh man, I'm cold. There you go. And it should be off. And honestly, I don't need to take this off. I just remembered this should be able to come with the engine. I just need to take off the belt. So we'll just leave that one last bolt there and go from there. Yeah, I just realized we don't gotta take it out. That can come off with the engine. So I will be putting back this bolt right here just so I don't lose it back in the alternator. And I just had to make sure to take off the belt, all the connections, and we should be good. So let me put this back on, and we'll be continuing with disconnecting the harnesses now.